Hi, I'm Isla, from South Carolina. I have a twin sister, Priska, who may look like me, but that's it. Besides that, we are nothing alike. I'm more grounded and chill. Meanwhile, Priska's idea of fun meant all sorts of betting games, hoping to become a billionaire overnight. She skipped school almost every day just to gamble away her lunch money. And every time my parents would have to go find her and drag her home themselves. Then, of course, came the same old argument.
This is the 4th time this week you've skipped classes already, Priska. You're grounded for a year and kiss your allowance goodbye.
A whole year? Isn't that too harsh?
She's like this because you keep spoiling her.
And right on cue, it became Mom versus Dad, instead of Mom and Dad versus Priska. But this time, things escalated. Mom suddenly clenched her chest, went pale, and fainted. Mom! The doctor said Mom fainted due to a heart condition triggered by emotional stress. It's all Priska's fault.
Don't look at me.
Who else would I look at? You stress everyone out.
It's not like I enjoy losing money every day either. I'm trying to stop, I swear.
But she only got worse. Our parents' marriage grew strained because of her. But they're not the only ones affected by her bad habit. Everywhere I went, people thought I was Priska. People she owed money to. People she scammed. At school, on the streets, everywhere, almost every day. One time, I almost got stalked all the way home by someone who I'm sure Priska didn't pay back their money. Almost.
Isla, what happened?
The neighbor's dog is chasing after me. Had to run. I lied every time just so they wouldn't get needlessly stressed out again. But Priska always knew. You should be more careful when walking home from school. And you know all too well, huh? Why don't you stop this addiction? Can't you see how horrible this is?
I've picked up another job. I'll pay them, okay? Please, don't tell Mom and Dad. I'll change, I promise.
I wanted to believe it would all end soon, so I endured for a while. But sooner or later, it was always going to blow up in my face. One day after school, I noticed a car following me. Again. No doubt they're Priska's debt owners. I tried to lose them, but nothing worked. They got me just as I reached the door. Then I couldn't hide from Mom and Dad anymore.
Who are you? Who am I? The man your daughter stole from.
That's impossible. Isla doesn't steal.
Mom, he thinks I'm Priska. They've been after me for days.
What do you mean, think? You're Priska. Sir, I think there's been a mistake.
In the end, Dad had to pay off Priska's debt. But one thing was clear. Her gambling habit had spiraled out of control.
You not only put yourself, but our entire family in danger.
I was going to pay them back, I swear.
Mom and Dad shared a look of despair. Priska had crossed the line.
Priska, dear, we'll have to send you away for rehab. It's for your own good.
But Priska wasn't having any of it. I just wish she would accept the help instead of pushing everybody away. The next morning, I woke up to see my parents stand around Priska's empty bed.
Isla, oh gosh, Priska, your sister is gone.
She left a note.
You all want me out of your hair? Fine. We need to find her.
We've asked people to keep an eye out and let us know if they spot her anywhere. In the meantime, we'll help you build a life of your own. You don't have to worry about covering up for Priska anymore.
But no matter how hard we looked, Priska was nowhere to be found. Soon enough, time flew by and I graduated high school. I got accepted into a college in Ontario, 30 hours from home. It was a fresh start for me. I looked forward to making lots of memories. Well, things got interesting, all right. Just not in the woohoo adventure way. A broody, handsome stranger was glaring at me like I owed him something. Wait, owed? Was I being mistaken for Priska again? No, it couldn't be. We were days away from home. But alas, I kept running into him. Later, I learned that his name was Luca, and everywhere I went, he was there glowering. My roommate Sally had a theory about the situation, the kind you get from watching too much anime. A secret admirer, she said, with longing looks of admiration. Cute story, huh? Yeah, no chance. No guy squinted their eyes and frowned that hard when looking at a girl he liked. I knew eventually I'd have to confront him. But before I could act, he'd already beat me to it. I was heading out for some groceries when suddenly this fancy car blocked my way. It was Luca's car.
Get in. We need to talk.
No thanks. I'm not in the mood to get kidnapped.
Fine, I'll get out.
This guy was towering over me. I felt like an ant standing before him. Seriously, what's your deal, dude?
The world's a small place, huh? Where's the money?
Excuse me?
Don't play dumb with me, Priska. I lent you the money because you're a friend of a friend, but who would have thought you'd just run away with it?
Oh my days. It all made sense now. But the last thing I needed was Priska's problems following me once again. Can we go somewhere more private? I was desperate to make him understand that I was only Priska's twin. I gave him my ID card, student ID, and even old photos of me and Priska together, but...
Not buying it. You're a scammer, Priska. Who's to say you didn't fake all that?
You didn't even look! Fine, I'll call someone to confirm.
Nice try. You probably have a whole crew in on the scam with you, too.
Great, now I'm in a crime syndicate? Seriously? What am I supposed to do? I don't even have a quarter of what she owed you.
Then let's visit your parents. Surely they can pay.
Nuh-uh. No way was I dragging them into this disaster. They're already worried sick that we couldn't find Priska. If they knew she was in massive debt again? No, I'll get a part-time job. Give me 5 months. I'll pay you back.
5 months? Why would it take so long?
Well, with my college classes, even if I tried to take up 2 jobs at a time, the average wage will only get me so far. The more I explained, the more his rich kid smug face twisted into a hilariously confused expression.
That can't be true. I just put up a poster for a housekeeper with a starting salary of at least twice that amount.
Yeah. If you know it so well, why don't you help me find a job paying that much? As soon as I finished the sentence, he tilted his head and gave me a smirk. Yep, you've guessed it. I was to work off the debt as his housekeeper. I didn't have much of a choice. For a student, he lived like royalty. One look and anyone could tell he was born into money. Working for him was pure torture. I scrubbed, mopped, dusted, and yet he never ran out of work for me. Like one time, he told me to hand wash a whole mountain of clothes. Luca, these clothes are already clean, like fresh laundry clean.
Is that so?
He got up and, to my horror, wiped his greasy pizza hands all over them.
Now they're not.
I wanted to dump the entire basket onto his smug face, but I promised myself I'd get through 3 months of this as coolly as possible. Then, one day, things took an unexpected turn when I came in for work as usual and found him in the kitchen struggling to make himself a simple cup of tea. He was shivering like a leaf, down with a fever. You know hospitals exist, right?
I already took a pill. I'll live. The kitchen needs cleaning, by the way.
Wow, even in this state, you're still a jerk. Maybe if you're nice to me for once, you'll get better. I wanted to leave that arrogant guy alone, I really did. But when I looked over and saw how vulnerable he looked, I didn't have the heart to. I was playing nurse and I didn't even know why. Maybe I thought of Priska and hoped someone out there was being kind to her too. Or maybe I just couldn't stand seeing him all weak and helpless. Either way, after that day, something shifted between us. He started being nice. He gave me less work and actually joined in to help. We even had fun watching movies and chatting with each other. I may not know why he changed, but I enjoyed this new Luca much more. Before I knew it, he was taking me out. It felt like going on dates. I'm scared of heights.
Just hold on to me. I'm here for you.
Neither of us said it, but we both knew we were falling for each other. I felt like I was on cloud 9, only it wasn't for long when things came crashing down. I'd just finished making us lunch and was about to call Luca in the next room when...
What? Priska owed you money too? Bro, that sucks. I wish I could help you out, but I haven't found Priska either.
What? Seemed like he was on the phone with a friend, but...
No, that's her twin, Isla. Yeah, I confirmed it.
My heart dropped to my stomach. He knew? This entire time he'd already known I wasn't Priska, and he still made me work to repay her debt? I stumbled backward in disbelief and hit the wall with a thud. Luca jolted at the sound and quickly hung up the phone.
Hey, I heard a thud. Are you all right?
I glared at him with all my fury. His face slowly turned red in shame.
Listen,
So am I a joke to you or what?
Of course not. It's just...
Save your excuses to yourself. I quit. I stormed off. I felt used, stupid for even thinking we had something special going on. If all my troubles started with Priska, then today would be the end of it. So I changed my hair to make sure nobody would ever mistake me for Priska ever again. I buried myself in schoolwork and avoided Luca at all costs, even blocking his number. It hurt to pretend like nothing had happened and to just go back to my normal life. Yet I was convinced that was how things should be. Until one day, my quiet life got shaken up. Again. Sally walked up to me, looking a bit uncomfortable. Isla? Someone's here to see you. If it's Luca, I don't... No, she looks like you. Like pre-red hair you. Priska? Hi, sis. Seeing her after nearly a year made my chest tighten. She looked like she hadn't eaten in days. I wanted to pull her in for a hug and ask her how she'd been, but I had to stop myself. What are you doing here?
Please, Isla. I'm in trouble. Loan sharks are after me. I just need you to pretend to be me just once. Tell them you'll get the money.
In case you didn't notice, I don't look exactly like you anymore.
You can dye it back. Just for now, I'll get a job, I promise.
Are you serious? How many times have you made that promise already? You're scared to face your debt collectors, but you're willing to push me into that situation just to cover your back?
Isla, please, You hurt Mom and Dad, and you hurt me. I'm done cleaning up your mess.
Here, buy yourself some food. But don't come to me again, unless you're ready to make a real change. I meant every word. Still, turning her away like that hurt more than I expected. But I knew it was the right thing. Priska needed a wake-up call. And you know what? I was right. Because 2 months later, I came home for Thanksgiving and we got a call from Priska.
Hi, Mom, Dad, Isla. I have good news. I joined Gamblers Anonymous and have been going to meetings regularly for a while now. It's tough at first, but I'm slowly turning my life around. Oh, Priska, you have no idea how worried we were. We spent every single minute looking and worrying about you. But that's great news to hear, honey. But how? Oh, it's a funny story, actually. One of the people I owed money to tracked me down, but instead of demanding payment, he insisted I must start joining self-help groups and even offered to keep an eye on me and help me find a sponsor to make sure I'd go through with it.
Wow, such a kind stranger. Who is he?
Oh, his name is Mr. L. Yeah, that's all I know.
It was undoubtedly the best news we'd heard in years. But one question remained in my mind. Who was this Mr. L? I got a feeling I might know him already. When I came back to the dorm after Thanksgiving, a surprise awaited. Luca was still trying to reach me, and this time I didn't avoid him anymore.
Isla, I came to apologize. I'm truly sorry, Isla. I should have told you sooner that I already knew you weren't Priska, but I was afraid you'd just leave. And the more I knew you, the more I didn't want to lose you. You're kind-hearted and strong. You take care of everyone, even when nobody asks you to, even without asking for anything back. And if you'll let me, I want to be the one to take care of you for once.
Well, I guess I do owe you a thank you for what you've done for Priska.
Wait, what?
Yeah, Priska isn't a very convincing liar, Mr. L. Thank you for your kindness. That was sweet of you. Oh, for God's sake, just date already! Real love isn't shielding someone from their own consequences. It's having the courage to let them face the truth and walk beside them as they learn to do better.